Hello there, very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News here on TV1. For the News First team, I'm Naveksha Gunasekara and let's start off with a look at your headlines.
State and semi-government employees trade unions staged strike action by reporting sick. Oil, ports and electricity workers protest in Colombo against the sale of national resources. Litro instructed to recall unused gas cylinders with old seal. Speaker appoints committee to probe unruly conduct in Parliament. Pakistan Defence Minister issues clarification, vehemently condemning Sialkot lynching.
In your top story this afternoon, the government and semi-government employees trade unions are conducting a trade union action by reporting sick. The move is being launched as a joint trade union action demanding their salaries to be increased by 10,000 rupees.
Operations at many post offices in the country was disrupted as a result of the strike action. The Nurses Union also commenced a strike action in the North Central province today. As a result, patients who visited the Kurunagala Teaching Hospital were severely inconvenienced. The cardiology unit, medicine issuance, inoculation and laboratory services were impacted as a result of the strike action. The patients who travel from distant areas such as Nikavaratia, Putlam and Kalpitia to the Chilau General Hospital face severe inconveniences due to the trade union action. All Ceylon Ayurvedic Health Services Association also commenced a trade union action demanding a 7,500 rupee allowance related to COVID-19. Our correspondent noted the operations at the hospital was completely disrupted. As a result, the patients who arrived at the Ayurveda hospital in Borella were inconvenienced.
The oil, ports and electricity workers are staging a protest opposite the Fort railway station in Colombo from 12 noon today, citing concerns regarding the LNG deal with the American New Fortress Company. We now join News First Senator Senanayaka.
Trade unionists attached to water supply, electricity supply and the Colombo port are organizing a protest today in Colombo. In a few moments, these trade unionists you see behind me will march towards the port railway station and engage in their demonstration opposite the port railway station. They are opposing the sale of national assets to foreign companies. They are citing several deals including the Karavalpitiya power plant deal and several other foreign related deals. I'm Senator Senanayaka reporting for News First.
Thank you, Senator, for that update. Still in local news, who is the actual burden of the country? Is it the politicians or the state sector employees? National organizer of the Socialist Youth Organization, Iranga Gunasekara, expressed the following views during the media briefing held yesterday.
The supplementary estimate was tabled on October 12th. The Prime Minister allocated a sum of 130 million for the renovation of the Prime Minister's official residence. On the 8th of November, another supplementary estimate was tabled in Parliament and funds were allocated for foreign travel and to repair servicing equipment. A sum of 100 million was allocated accordingly. From that amount, a sum of 80 million rupees was allocated by Minister Basil Rajapaksa. The future of the youth of this country has been sabotaged through the vistas of prosperity and splendor of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, who was elected to power with the hope that he will rebuild the country. We have to ask from the youth of this country, is it the public servants who serve for the country until the age of 65 years that have become a burden to the country? Or is it the corrupt politicians who are elected to power for 5 years?
A committee chaired by Deputy Speaker of the House Ranjit Siambalapitiya has been appointed to investigate the incident where a tense situation erupted between opposition MP Manu Shananekara and the ruling party. The Deputy Speaker informed the Parliament today that the committee will investigate the matter and recommend a course of action to move forward on the matter.
පාර්ලිමේන්තු සභාගර්භයේදී සහ පාර්ලිමේන්තු පරිශ්‍රය තුළදී සිදු වූ සිද්ධි.
In order to look into the incidents that occurred during the parliamentary proceedings and ensuring such incidents are reported, a special committee under the leadership of Deputy Speaker Ranjit Siambalapitiya is established. The members of the committee are Chamal Rajapaksa, Bandula Gunawardena, Vasudeva Nanayakara, Susil Premajayantha, Gayantha Karunatilaka, Rauf Hakim, Anupriya Darshanyapa, Vijitha Herath, Ranjit Madhuma Bandara and M.S. Sumandiran. I would like to inform the House that I have taken all measures to ensure fullest security is provided to all the MPs.
සියලු මන්ත්‍රීවරුන් හට ආරක්ෂාව සැලසීම සඳහා අවශ්‍ය සෑම පියවරක්ම මා විසින් මේ වන විටත් ගෙන ඇති බව මෙම ගරු සභාවට දැනුම් දීමට කැමැත්තෙමි.
ඔබතුමා මේ පාර්ලිමේන්තුව තුල ඒ දවස් දෙක තුල
You need to give an order for the matters that transpired during that period of time, because you are the main witness. We do not want to drag this situation out of the parliament. We would like to resolve this matter amongst ourselves. If not, even with reluctancy, we will have to take this to the Supreme Court, because we can't let the thugs rule parliament. They are destroying this. We cannot let that happen.
ගොළුවතකින් නෙමෙයි මේ සිදුවීම් ගැන ප්‍රශ්නයන් මතුවෙන්නේ. ප්‍රකාශ කළ වචන හොඳ.
I'm not going to repeat such words as they are unsuitable for parliament. You are the one who is demanding an action. Anyone can file a case at the Supreme Court or any court within the judiciary system for that matter.
ප්‍රකාශයට පත් කරන්න යන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ නිසා ඔබතුමා විභාග කරන්න තමයි දැන් මේ යෝජනා කරන්න හදන්නේ. සුප්‍රීම උසාවියට යන්න ඕන කෙනෙක්ට පුළුවන්. ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨ අධිකරණයට යන්න. එහෙම නැත්නම් IPU එකට යන්නත් ඕන කෙනෙක්ට පුළුවන්. දැනටම ලියුම් ලියලා තියෙනවා.
තමයි ඊයේ ඔබතුමාගෙන් කරපු ප්‍රධාන ඉල්ලීම තමයි.
The main request I made yesterday was to ensure that these things are not repeated with the assistance of everyone.
කියක් දෙන්න වග බලා ගන්න.
මෙතනින් එහාට පාර්ලිමේන්තුව
There is no need to take this outside. There is no requirement. We need to act in a way where we resolve matters that happens here within the premises of Parliament. We have appointed a committee, a respectable group of MPs. They will provide us with the guidelines.
මන්ත්‍රීවරු හැටියට අපි සලකන උදවිය ඒ උදවිය මේ සම්බන්ධයෙන් ගත යුතු ක්‍රියාමාර්ගය පිළිබඳ උපදෙස් අපිට ලබා දෙයි.
Leader of the United Socialist Party, Siritunga Jayasuriya, spoke about Finance Minister Basil Rajapaksa's visit to India.
බැසිල් රාජපක්ෂ ඉන්දියාවට ගියා. විශාල බලාපොරොත්තු ඇතුව ඉන්දියාවට ගියේ. මෝදි හම්බ වෙන බව මාධ්‍ය මගින් විශාල වශයෙන්
Basil Rajapaksa visited India with a lot of expectations. On a large scale, it was promoted in the media that he will meet Prime Minister Modi. However, he was not able to meet him. Prime Minister Modi did not provide an opportunity. There are a lot of reasons for this. After President Gotabaya Rajapaksa came into power, these people have breached the many diplomatic agreements by deciding on their own. Indian authorities are not happy. Many representatives came to Sri Lanka in the past and asked to implement the 13th Amendment to the Constitution. Gotabaya Rajapaksa agreed to this. However, it is clear to the Indian authorities that it was all false promises. Also, 3 islands close to India were given to Chinese companies for power projects. As of now, these Chinese companies are planning on discontinuing the operations. That is why Basil Rajapaksa had to return to the island empty-handed.
මෝඩ කිරීම වෙනුවෙන් රැවටීම වෙනුවෙන් කියපු බොරුවක් බව ඒ අය හොඳට දැන් තේරුම් අරගෙන තියෙනවා. අනිත් පැත්තෙන් ඉන්දියාවට ඉතාම ආසන්න උතුරු කරේ යාපනයේ දූපත් 3ක් විදුලි ව්‍යාපෘතියක් සදා චීනයට මේගොල්ලෝ දුන්නා. නමුත් අද චීනය ඒව අතහැරලා දාන්න කටයුතු කරමින් යනවා. ඉතින් මේවැනි තත්ත්වයක් නිසා ඇත්තටම බැසිල් රාජපක්ෂට හිස් අතින් තමයි ලංකාවට එන්න සිද්ධ වුණේ.
State Minister Roshan Ranasinghe says that despite the current challenges, the programs implemented by the government for the people will continue.
The intelligent people of this country are ready to support the development of the economy, which has been reduced to 2.3%.
We apologize for that technical difficulty. Let's move on to our next news item. Former member of the Parliament of the Janatha Vimukti Perabuna, Sunil Hadunati, says the farmers in the country are burdened due to the shortage of fertilizer since the government is facing a foreign exchange crisis.
Do you think our economy would have grown if we did not face a pandemic? What was the plan they had? Are other countries that were affected by the COVID-19 pandemic facing a fertilizer crisis as well like us? Are they facing a food shortage? Do they also face a foreign exchange crisis like us? Do they have problems with regard to the prices of goods? Bangladesh, which used to be a poorer nation than us, is now providing loans to Sri Lanka. But we, who used to be richer than Bangladesh, are now obtaining loans from them. Now they said they'll bring fertilizer. But do we have fertilizer now? No. The people do not have fertilizer at the moment because fertilizer cannot be provided due to the issues in the government. What is due is a stock of fertilizer that was ordered in the past.
ඊළඟට අලුතෙන් ඕඩර් කරන පෝර ගේනකොට මතක තියාගන්න හොන්ඩරේ රුපියල් 16000 වෙන. ආණ්ඩුව දැන් වගකීම් දෙකකින් නිදහස් වුණා. මොකද දැන් ආණ්ඩුවට ඩොලර් ප්‍රශ්නේ උත් නිදහස් වෙලා තියෙනවා. අර වකුගඩු ප්‍රශ්නේ උත් නිදහස් වෙලා තියෙනවා. පෝර ඕන්නම් ජනතාව ගෙනලා ගහගනින්න. ඕකනේ දැන් මේ කියන්නේ. දැන් අපි අහන ඕගොල්ලෝ ඡන්දේ දුන්නේ ඕකට. ඡන්දේ දුන්නේ ආණ්ඩුව නොමිලේ පෝර දෙනවා කියලා. එක්කෙනෙක් මඩ පෝර දෙනවා කිව්වන් අනිත් එක්කෙනෙක් කිව්වා නෑ ගොඩ පෝරක් දෙනවා කිව්වා. හැබැයි දැන් පෝර හොන්ඩරේ රුපියල් 10000ටවත් නැති මට්ටමටපත් වෙනවා.
Sri Lanka's official foreign reserves dropped to $1.58 billion by the end of November this year. According to central bank data, this figure includes foreign currency reserves amounting to $1 billion, special drawing rights worth $127 million, and gold reserves worth $382 million. Await a comprehensive report on our primetime news at 9 tonight. Due to the lack of fertilizer, farmers were unable to cultivate in the Padiyathalava Divisional Secretariat in the Ampara district.
Maize and paddy are cultivated by farmers in the area. But today many farms have abandoned their cultivations due to the lack of fertilizer. There is no way to live without farming. We need fertilizer. No one is farming the way we did in the last 2 years now. There is no point in doing this because there is no fertilizer. That's why we did it. We owe it to the country. What do we do if we do not have the means to pay it back? Our correspondent said that farmers have resorted to other industries as they cannot engage in cultivation.
Drifting your attention to a headline-making story, the Consumer Affairs Authority has instructed Litrogas to recall all unused gas cylinders with the old seal from households and agents. In more news, a gas explosion was reported from the Vanaraja estate in Hatton. Police said that the gas stove in the kitchen had exploded and caught fire. Area residents doused the fire and no casualties were reported. Hatton police are conducting further investigations into the matter. A store that was caught on fire in Hapugala Gol this morning was completely destroyed. Our correspondent said the store caught fire soon after it was opened this morning. Police suspect an electrical leak may have been the cause of the fire. Pakistan Defence Minister Parvez Khattak issued a clarification regarding his earlier statement on the Sialkot lynching and said that he vehemently condemns the incident.
According to foreign media, in a video message, the minister said that his earlier statement has been doing the rounds on media, so he would like to issue a clarification in this regard. He said, and I quote, "I was asked whether the Sialkot lynching occurred because of the deal between the government and the Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan, and in response, I had said that no political party or the government should be associated with the incident," unquote. He added, those involved in the incident acted on their own and did something wrong, adding that the government is trying its best to punish the culprits in a way so as to make an example out of them in Pakistan.
State Minister Roshan Ranasinghe says that despite the current challenges, the programs implemented by the government for the people will continue.
The intelligent people of this country are ready to support the development of the economy, which has been reduced to 2.3% due to vaccinating and protecting lives in this country. Now these same groups are staging protests at various places in Colombo, Kandy and Kurunegala. So, as an experienced leader, we have the confidence to take the country forward. Amidst the COVID situation in the country, have we not done enough?
පළපුරුදු අත්දැකීම් තියෙන නායකත්වයක් විදිහට රට ඉදිරියට ගෙනියන්න පුළුවන් විශ්වාසය තියෙන මෙතන. ඒ වැඩපිළිවෙල අපි ගෙනියනවා. මේ කොවිඩ් තත්ත්වය යටතේ මේ කරලා තියෙන කොටස මදිද?
Five black swans born for the first time in the history of the zoo have been presented to the public. The swans that were born on the 22nd of March 2021 were not kept for public display due to the COVID-19 pandemic. 7 black swans native to Australia now live in the zoo. We leave you this afternoon with the astonishing footage. Take care and have yourself a great day.